the storm with your heart. Play the storm with your heart.
I want to talk about that a little bit because I feel like again, the just what's wrong with NBA Twitter is just the simple fact that the agenda pushing, the just we try to minimize a player's talent because of just certain things that they do on the court that we don't like. Joel Embiid is that example of a player that's polarizing. I said this, I compared him to James Harden. James Harden was an offensive talent, an offensive wizard in his prime with the Houston Rockets, but he played a style that some people didn't like. That whole, dominating the basketball, dribble cross, step back, people didn't like. No mid range shots at all, people didn't like. They didn't like that he would foul bait. They didn't like that he flopped a lot, that
Mhm.
he had a tendency of not playing defense. But real basketball fans know that James Harden in his prime was easily a top 5 player in the NBA. He won the MVP for crying out loud. He was in the MVP discussion. He was runner up I think twice in MVP voting, and he won the MVP once. You could argue that he should have won the MVP over Giannis. Now, I'm not going to get to that debate, but you can it was a legitimate
It
argument.
was an argument.
I
He
mean
was there.
36 points, my God, like 35, 36 points a game. Hell yeah, it was an argument. And then when Russ won MVP, there was a legitimate argument that he should have won because, my God, I mean, the way he was able to get that team to the 3rd seed and he averaged nearly a triple double, 27 points. I mean, yeah. My thing is with Joel Embiid is that I'll say Joel Embiid is a top 5, top 4 player, and people on Twitter will laugh at me like, "What are you talking about?" Or they'll put Anthony Edwards over Joel Embiid. And see, this is the stuff that drives me crazy at times when it comes to NBA social media trying to downplay a player's greatness because of one performance. Because they're in the Olympics, they're playing an exhibition game, and he looks bad. Did we not forget that this dude is still dealing with injuries? Like, my God, did we not watch the playoffs and how he was getting injury after injury? He literally came back from a major injury to play in the playoffs. Like, Joel Embiid, I don't know what percentage like of health he is at this point, but just looking at him right now, number one, he shouldn't be on the court. Like he just doesn't look like he's ready to play. Like Kawhi Leonard, there's a reason why Kawhi Leonard he elected to leave because he wasn't ready. He wasn't in no shape to play in the Olympics. The same you could argue with Joel Embiid and just the defense is just not there. The offense, he just looks so out of it.
Yeah.
He looks very he
Stagnant.
look not, yeah, stagnant and just he doesn't
He doesn't look like he's in rhythm.
yeah, he's not in rhythm. He needs to get in rhythm. And that's because probably after the season he let his body heal. Because normally that's what players do after the season. They let their body heal. But with Joel Embiid, it's much different because he has all these injuries. He's always injured every year. So it was probably a hard transition for him to all of a sudden the end of the season rolls around and then here we go with the Olympics. And then I'm seeing people like, why didn't Anthony Davis start over Joel Embiid? Bro, like I get like we have to stop this. Like Joel Embiid is when healthy, when he's on his game, there's only one big better than Joel Embiid, and that's Nikola Jokic. We have to stop this. And I love Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is a top 6, 7 player in the world to me. But we have to respect, we have to give credence we have to give respect to Joel Embiid and what he's been able to accomplish. The dude is averaging over 30 as a big in this era. The dude is unstoppable. The dude dropped 50 in a playoff game this past season, but people want to minimize that because he foul baits. He doesn't play the game the right way. Like, come on, man, y'all got to stop this. It Giannis dealt with the same thing when he was coming up before he won the championship. Oh, he has no post moves. Oh, he's just running dunk. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, guys like Ball Don't Stop were minimizing, trying to discredit what Giannis was doing, even though he was doing pretty much a lot of the same things that Shaq used to do in his heyday. But I digress. We have to stop trying to act like players aren't great. You average 30 for 3 straight years. You drop 50 in a playoff game. I don't give a damn how you do it. That is impressive. And you are a great player. And Joel Embiid is a great player. And folks online, folks on Twitter, folks on whatever online platform you on, you need to be objective and stop trying to push agendas, push narratives in order to minimize what this guy is doing. And if you want to say I'm glazing right now, if you want to say I'm dick riding, I don't give a damn. I'm just speaking the truth. And the truth is that Joel Embiid is a superstar. He's a great player with playoff woes. He's come up short in the playoffs. But that doesn't take away from his greatness. That doesn't take away from his dominance. And we'll see this year. We'll see how he does this year with this new team. But regardless of that, we have to give him his flowers. And it just seems like until he leaves the game, once he leaves the game, I think people will give him his flowers. But as of right now, folks just, like always, they take for granted players. Like, this guy is one of the most skilled bigs that we've ever seen. Like, arguably after Nikola Jokic, there's not another big that is more skilled than even Joel Embiid. And that's saying a lot because there's been a lot of great bigs in the past.
Just let me be.